Welcome back to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy here with two-time Pro Bowl long snapper and author of Life is Magic, My Inspiring Journey from Tragedy to Self-Discovery, Jon Dorenbos. Did you decide to cut off communication with your dad immediately, or was it something that happened gradually?
It's a great question. So I remember we would go see him before the trial because we were still trying to figure things out, which now looking back and as an adult, so what happens is, or at least for me, I hit an age that my either parents were, or my Aunt Susan that raised me that she was, or my grandparents, and I start reflecting on the decisions that they made at that age and the things that happened to their life at that age as I approached that age. Does that make sense? Okay. And I was thinking, man, wow, like my aunt and my grandparents would drive us kids to go see my dad, knowing that this man just murdered her sister, their daughter, their absolute pride and joy, but yet they would drive us to go see us. And part of it, and I'm really thankful for this, and it's something that I tried to really grasp as I'm now a parent, and to understand that while we were in therapy and while we were doing all this, I think that they had this sense that if we tell these kids what to think or what to do, this could backfire.
Yeah.
Instead, they're smart enough, they're emotionally intelligent, they're getting help from the therapist, they'll figure it out, and then it's gonna be in their core, and they're gonna believe it because they lived it. Like that concept right there of letting somebody do something even though you know it's really hard and that it might not be the best thing right then, but let them figure it out and let them live it and see it, feel it, taste it, smell it, like let them be a part of it and embrace it, and then let them make their own decision. That's powerful.
It is.
And they allowed my sister and I to do that.
But and how old was your sister at the time?
15. So to answer your question, I kind of got sidetracked. We then didn't really have a lot of communication with my dad. He then went to Walla Walla State Penitentiary. He turned himself in, so the trial wasn't a matter of are you guilty or not. Right. It was sentencing, second-degree murder, and motive, right? And then one of the last things we did in therapy was to basically, after about a year and a half, whatever it was, to go see my dad one last time. And after a year of processing what had gone on, is there anything that you want to tell him? And this is the time. And so we went and saw him about a year later, and then that was it.
And there was something that you wanted to tell him?
I had a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of confusion, a lot of hate, a lot of sadness. And I basically just wanted to tell him, I'm the man of the house now. So peace out.
Wow.
And you go that direction, we're going that direction.
Wow.
It's the hardest conversation, one of the hardest conversations I've ever had in my entire life.
How did he take it?
You know, when you're 12 or 13, I think I was 13 when that happened, you don't process it like that, right? You're not that aware of what's going on at that moment. But as I've gotten older, I've had multiple times where I've sat back and said, okay, what would I have done? You know, if I did that, what would I have done? How would I have acted? And it's a lose-lose, right? And so it was basically peace out. And I think everybody, either subconsciously or maybe the adults plan this out, but it's just better for us to go our separate ways and not drag the kids through 13 years of talking to you in prison, and like it's just, and then probably for his survival, it's probably better just to cut it all off and go figure out how to survive in prison.
Check out our YouTube channel, Fair Game on FS1 to catch all the best highlights of our show. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.